Hey guys, great to have you here today. I'm joined with Dr. Rob Neal. He's a PhD biomechanist, and he's done a lot of research over the last, year or two?
Well, it's actually a lot longer than that, about 4 years now.
4 years, yeah. So he's done a lot of research on wedge play. So he's worked with some of the world's best players like Tom Kite, Jason Duffner, Luke Donald, many more tour players, and gathered a lot of data. Today we're going to talk about a couple big misconceptions a lot of people have been told about getting spin on your wedge shots. So first, before we get started with that, what do you think about just the overall flight that we want to have? I mean, how much spin and what type of ball flight should we have for, let's say, like a mid 30, 40 yard wedge shot?
Right, so just very simplistically, in the real short, almost chip shots, you're going to rely predominantly on spin to stop the ball. As you get out to 50, 60, 70 yards, then a combination of spin and land angle. So the steeper your land angle, the quicker the ball stops. And then there's this sweet spot in around 80 to 100 yards where you can get the best from both worlds here, best spin and best land angle to stop the ball very close to where it lands. So in that 40 yard, 50 yard window, you're going to rely predominantly on spin to catch the ball, to stop the ball, and then also what comes down to then is how do you create that spin?
Yeah, and there were a lot of the misconceptions come in there. And I know I had misconceptions growing up about how to create spin. I'd been told that you want to really hit down into the ball, and that does make it come out lower, but that can be real inconsistent as far as the spin rates, right?
Yeah, so if you're shallow with your club delivery, then you have a better margin for error than if you're steep, because if you're a little bit behind the ball and steep, that thing is just going nowhere, right? So one of the most important things is to have a shallow angle of attack, and then also to present the club face with a substantially reduced amount of loft compared to what it has been built with.
Okay.
So you've got a 56 degree wedge there.
Yeah, 60 here.
60 degree wedge there. So you need to lean the shaft about 15 to 17 degrees forward to give that ball an impact with a relatively flat face.
Okay, yeah, so if I was setting up to this, maybe one of the things that people talk about a lot of times when you're very first learning golf, and they tell you about how to hit pitch shots or chip shots, a lot of times they'll have this ball way back in my stance. And now that I've got it back here, if I start to come in steeper and hit more down into the ball trying to get more spin, then if I hit let's say a half inch behind this ball, I'm going to chunk it, it's going to go nowhere. Or if I hit a quarter inch behind the ball, you're going to get a lot of dirt and grass between the club face and the ball, and you're going to lose all your spin there. So where would you say the ball placement should be?
Almost like you would for a normal wedge shot.
Okay.
So middle of the stance.
My feet may be slightly closer together, but my ball position is still roughly in the middle of the stance. I don't want to throw it way back here. And then with my hands, or with my feel coming through the shot, I need to really get this forward.
So this sort of thing.
Yep. And then that's going to square up the face. So you're not only getting the club face, this is also something that happens a lot of times. We push the club face forward, now it's wide open. I need to really rotate my hands almost counterclockwise to square that face. So it wants to be coming in that type of way, right?
Yep. So it's going to be shallow, square, de-lofted, and then you'll get this low launching, high spinning shot.
And so if you're hitting them really good, it's almost like if there was a doorway right in front of you, you're going to hit it under the doorway, it's going to have tons of spin. I mean, it wouldn't even get above the tree line, and it's just going to grab on the green. And as you get to more longer shots, you're saying you can use the angle of attack. That's for the ones that go a little bit higher.
Yep.
Then you can use the landing angle. Okay.
Do you want to try and hit a few?
Yeah, let's try a couple out. So I'll put it kind of in my normal stance position. Try to get lined up with the camera here. So just kind of in the center of my stance. My feet are obviously going to be a little closer together. That's completely fine on these shorter shots. I'm going to take my normal grip, my normal setup to the ball. If anything, the face may even be slightly open. Would you agree with that? You say square to slightly open? Okay. And then from there, I got to really make sure I keep my body rotating through, and I'm going to de-loft this club. So I got to take, like Doc said there, 15 to 17 degrees of loft off. So that means my shaft has to be leaned forward quite a bit. and I'm gonna try to see if I can get some pretty good spin on this one. Hit a little bit behind that one. We'll hit a couple more here and see what the maximum spin we can get. So one more thing, Doc, what would you say, what's the highest RPMs that you've probably ever seen on a 50-yard shot, top pros?
Oh, I've seen Brett Rumford generate over 10,000 RPM.
Yes, that's a lot. That's a lot of spin. So on a 50-yard shot, you're almost talking about that ball spinning back a substantial amount. So what we'll do here, I'll hit a few more. We'll show you guys the numbers on, we have a TrackMan out today, and we'll see how high the spin can get. All right, so I tried a few shots out there, and just like he was talking about, we all struggle with the same things. On my first couple shots, I wasn't actually de-lofting the club enough. I really need to get that shaft forward. And my first shot, my first demo was maybe 53 or 5,600 RPMs, and it was launching a little too high. I did a few more and got it up to, what, 7,600 RPMs? Yes. So that's about ideal. So be sure that you're really getting the loft off that club, especially if you're going to use a 60-degree wedge. And Dr. Neal has actually a big series of wedge videos he's going to produce. They're in the makings right now, so it's kind of a culmination of all your research with the tour players. So we'll definitely keep you guys posted on that, and when that's ready to go, we'll definitely notify you of it. So I appreciate it. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks very much.
Thanks for the great information. All right, guys, hope y'all really enjoyed this video. If you did, I got an awesome bonus for you. We all want lots of lag in our golf swing. It's so crucial to have tons of lag to be able to get that high club head speed and to be able to drive it past your friends. I'm going to play a preview from one of my most important golf lag videos. If you're on a desktop device, you can go ahead and click the link that pops up on your screen. If you're on a phone or a tablet, you go ahead and click the iCard, and you're going to get instant access to that video. Plus, you're going to get instant access to 5 videos from our Top Speed Golf system. Good luck to you guys. Go out there and rip the ball. Hi guys, and welcome back. I'm Clay Ballard, and in today's video we're going to talk about one of the absolute worst drills for creating lag. It's a very common drill that I see, and in this drill what we're going to do is we're going to set the wrist very early to create an angle of lag, and then we're going to try to hold this throughout the swing. It's one of the worst things that you can do to build lag. I'm going to talk about the science behind why this is the case, and I'm also going to give you a great drill to help you improve your lag, all in this video. Let's go ahead and get started. If I do it this way versus holding that position, exact same thing happens when we're building lag in the golf swing. So what we want to do is throughout the swing, I want to have a very low and wide takeaway. So I'm not going to set my wrist early at all. If you look at a lot of the top players, you look at Adam Scott, very wide takeaway, not very much wrist set at all. You look at Rory McIlroy, look at Tiger Woods. All these players are using a wide takeaway and not getting very much wrist set, so that later in the swing, as we start down, we can increase this wrist set, and we're really only going to max out this angle of lag for a split second in the downswing. Okay, so a 3-step drill here. Now, as we get started with this, I want to remind you that the fulcrum in this golf club for getting a massive amount of lag is right at the end of the golf club. This is where I want my hinge point to be.